Introduction and mission gone wrong. The valley was quiet, too quiet. Commander Ryan M. Mallister crouched, behind a slab of broken wall, his M4, rifle resting on a jagged edge, his breath fog in the freezing air all around him. The other members of SEAL Team 6 were scattered in cover, pinned down. They had come in under the cover of darkness to capture high-value Taliban commander. The intel had been solid, but the mission had gone wrong from the moment their boots touched the ground. The enemy was waiting. Dozens of insurgents had swarmed from the cliffs like hornets from a nest, their gunfire echoing in the narrow valley. Now, 3 hours later, the SEALs were running low on ammunition. The Taliban had cut off their exfiltration route, and the team's JTAC, the man on the radio, was dead. "We can't hold much longer," whispered Chief Petty Officer Morrell's, his voice barely audible over the rattle of incoming rounds. Mac, it scanned the ridgeline. Shadows moved between rocks. AK-47 fire crackled. The occasional thump of an RPG launch made the earth tremble. The enemy was closing in. He keyed. "This comes Viking. This is Ghost 1. We are danger close. Repeat, danger close. Requesting immediate CAS." There was static. Then, finally, a calm female voice came through the net. "Ghost 1. This is Hawkeye. I'm 10 mics out in an A-10. Loaded for bay. Mark your position." The A-10 Thunderbolt II, affectionately called the Warthog, was a beast of A plane built around a 30mm Ju-8A Avenger cannon. It could shred armored vehicles and turn infantry positions into smoking craters. But Mac had never heard this course sign before. Hawkeye was new. "Hawkeye, we've got friendlies at grid 269 by 413. Enemies all around. You'll be danger close less than 100 m." There was a pause, then that same calm voice. "Copy, Ghost 21. I'll paint the sky for you." The SEALs hunkered down. M could hear the thumping heartbeat in his own ears. Above the ridge, the first faint sound of turbofans echoed through the valley. "There she is," Morales muttered, spotting a silver glint slicing across the sky. Hawkeye's voice came again. "I've got visual on your position. Hold tight. I'm coming in low." The A-10 dropped into the valley like a steel predator at barely 300 feet off the deck. Its broad wings cut through the cold. The enemy must have seen it too, because their fire shifted skyward, traces clawing at the night. Dot. Then, the sound BRRT dot, the gates roar, was unlike anything else in war. Metallic thunder that shook the bones. Bright orange sparks erupted along the ridge as a 30mm rounds tore through rock, dirt, and flesh. "Jesus Christ," whispered one of the youngest SEALs, his eyes wide. The first pass brought them. SEALs pinned down in the valley. Breathing room. Insurgents scattered like ants, some dragging wounded comrades, others diving into caves. "Good. Effect on target." "Hawkeye," Mac called, "but they're regrouping at the south ridge." "Copy, Ghost." Turning for another run, she pulled the A-10 into a tight bank, its engines howling. This time, she came in even lower. The muzzle flash from the GAU-8 lit the valley like a camera strobe, each burst chewing massive scars into the earth. The SEALs felt the shockwave with each pass. Dirt rained down on their helmets. 4:15 minutes. Hawkeye danced through the valley, strafing ridges, blasting rock outcroppings, and hammering any position that returned fire. Her voice never wavered over the calm, precise, surgical. Finally, Mac heard her say, "Ghost, you're clear to move to extraction point." "Bravo, I'll cover." The SEALs didn't hesitate. They pushed out of their cover, moving in bounding teams toward the far end of the valley. every time enemy fire tried to pin them. Again, the Warthog's cannon silenced it. In seconds, by the time they reached the extraction zone, the enemy had broken. Smoke hung over the valley. The only sound were the crunch of boots and the fading growl of the A-10, the MH-47. Chinook swept in, rotors chopping the night. As the SEALs loaded up, Mac turned toward the sky. The A-10 was circling high now, keeping watch comes. One last time. Hawkeye, you just saved 12 good men tonight. We owe you one. There was a small chuckle over the radio. You don't owe me anything, Ghost. Just do the same for someone else. Someday, the SEALs had come back from the mission, bruised and battered, but alive. Mac had been trying to track down Hawkeye ever since. Finally, he got a name. Captain Emily Hawkeye Carter, 74th Fighter Squadron. When he found her in the hangar, she was standing under the belly of her A-10, wiping hydraulic fluid off her hands. She was younger than he expected, maybe early 30s, with sharp eyes that missed nothing. Captain Carter, Mac said. She looked up, a faint smile tugging at her lips. Commander Mallister, you're taller than you sounded on the radio. He laughed. And you're a hell of a lot deadlier. She shrugged. Just doing my job. But Max shook his head. No, you didn't just do your job. You flew into a meat grinder for us. Without you, we'd be names on a memorial wall right now. Emily didn't respond immediately. She glanced up at the A-10, then back at him. You know, people think pilots are far from the fight. But when I'm in this cockpit, I feel every heartbeat of the guys on the ground. I hear the fear in their voices. I see the chaos from above. And I know one thing. I will never ever let my guys die if I can stop it. Max studied her for a moment. In that instant, he understood. She wasn't just a pilot. She was a guardian angel with a titanium halo over the necks. Yeah, stories about Hawkeye spread across the combat outposts of Afghanistan. SEALs, Rangers, and Marines all claimed to have been saved by her. She was the one who flew lower than anyone else dared, who came in under fire without flinching, who never missed when the stakes were life or death. The valley where the SEALs had been pinned down got a nickname in the Team Angels, run in honor of the night Captain Emily. Carter turned the tide, and for the rest of his career, Mac carried a single memory like a lucky charm, the sound of a gooey cannon shredding the darkness, and the calm voice of a woman who refused to let them fall.